Hi, Maria Paith here with Maria's Angelic Enlightenment, coming to you live this morning from Iowa. I wanted to hop on and talk about some things that I've learned from the deceased loved ones. Sometimes on earth, we feel that we've made mistakes, that we haven't lived our best life, or that we haven't always been the kindest, most generous of persons. This is what it means to be human. We make mistakes, and we do, in fact, have difficulties sometimes navigating some of our challenges. And what's important that the deceased have shared over and over again is that sometimes these have been tests that we set up ourselves before coming to earth, before being, in fact, a human person, that we wanted the challenges in front of us, that we wanted to have situations that make us think, and that we would have to truly evaluate character and step into a sense of love and compassion. Sometimes we fail miserably, and sometimes we win. And that is what it means to have lessons and to have challenges, and to really be spiritually evolving. So responsibility, having responsibility for ourselves, being a responsible person, having a sense of compassion and caring for others, and also living our best life is a challenge. And it takes those critical moments when we have to decide whether we are going to be kind to this person or this situation, steal that loaf of bread or not, take this job or not take this job, honestly, express a comment to somebody, or maybe tell a little white lie so we don't hurt their feelings. There are many times where we can, have these little adjustments, but they're character building skills, and it is okay. The deceased say when they reflect back on their life, what they really see are the relationships. The deceased over and over again say, like, you're all passing through life with tests. You all have tests, and there's reasons for being here. And some of these tests bring out the best in us so that we can, in fact, live up to those reasons, those missions, those passions, those particular purposes that we had outlined for our soul to grow in, to advance in, and to evolve towards. So mistakes happen, and difficulty happens, and challenges happen. But how we can win more often, especially as we mature as adults, is to remember that our ego is kind of like the bratty child that wants to have their way, that wants to be right, that wants to get all the attention, that wants to win. And that our soul is, kind of the adult guidance in us that says, let's look at the bigger picture. Why don't we evaluate a win-win for everybody? Is it really important for you to have all the friends, or can we share some of these friends? How about all the money, or can we be compassionately living and share all the money? The soul has a different way of managing, of talking to us, and that soul part of us is there. It's important to take care of our own and take care of ourselves, but it's also very genuinely important to remember that we're taking care of relationships. And when we transition, which has been the lesson that many have told me, when they transition, it is the lesson that seems to shine. It is the lesson that brings out the best in each of us. And it is the lesson of compassion and friendship and having good relationships that they value above all. Because in the end, when we return to home, when we're all energy, what matters is that we build relationships, that we connected with other people, that we understood them, or we stood back and let them go by us. We don't have to all think alike, but in the greater energy of heaven, We are actually all one, and we do, in fact, look out for one another. We do, in fact, have great compassion for one another, and there's this kind of sameness and peacefulness. And here we have the contrast so that we can, again, evolve to greater compassion. So, if there's anything that we can learn from our deceased loved ones, is to love more, to have greater opportunities for compassion. And when choosing options of, should I do this for me because I'm going to win, or should I do this because everybody wins? Everybody wins is a much better choice. Everybody wins, or most people win, or this situation will be for the higher good. That's where the soul wants us to go. I wrote a couple notes. Let's make sure. They want to remind us that we don't have to wait to take responsibilities for our lives. They want to remind us that all passing of life's experiences are, in fact, tests, and we're all meant to grow and to evolve and to be better each day. They want us to know that as we embrace our challenges, we actually resolve many issues, and not just on this earth at this time, but we resolve through all passages of time. And that's very important because we have to stop resisting that the inclination of running away from issues or problems. When you have an issue or problem, it's much better to try to understand. It's much better to try and resolve by choosing to be, present and listening and overcoming the difficulties and seeing your own recurring patterns. Those recurring patterns, that persist in our lives are those that we're supposed to be changing. A recurring pattern of perhaps, being somewhat selfish, a recurring pattern of not looking out, at the bigger picture. Recurring patterns are, in fact, lessons, and we can release the resistance, and we can choose, to face our hardships and our difficulties and persevere through recurring patterns. And that can help us to both learn a lesson and to gift others with goodness, or with a sense of camaraderie, or a sense of seamless compassion throughout. So, one more note I have here: if we ever have trouble shifting our perspective that those life events bring, from challenge to resolution, start to look at the challenges as a lesson and the resolution as a gift. And so the deceased tell us, play more, worry less. The deceased say, every mistake is a lesson, see the gift in the lesson. The deceased tell us that relationships are honored above all, and nothing could be more important than the relationships that you build and you maintain with others. Not everyone has to be in a relationship with you, but aim not to create enemies, but rather to understand all beings at the level that they are at. It has been wonderful coming to you live today on YouTube. I hope that I can continue to connect with you in other ways. Please look for my podcast on Maria Angelic University, Maria's Angelic University on Spotify, soon to be on Apple, and also my Facebook page, Angelic Enlightenment. And then on Instagram, I'm Angelic Maria 444. So look for me on those platforms and things that I may have to offer there, some free sessions and readings. And next Friday, I will be live on my Facebook page, Angelic Enlightenment, offering some messages from the angels. So I look forward to seeing you there at 11 a.m. Central Time. Be well, God bless, keep you safe and sane. And remember, the deceased loved ones tell us that nothing is more important than the relationships that we create on this earth. To lighten up, to have fun, to take responsibility, and to see the gift in every lesson. Be well, God bless.